LiSA announced her second trip to Budokan, almost exactly.
She got a second trip to Budokan. What? What's good, everyone? My name's Mugiro, and today I'm back with another reaction to a video I wanted to check out called The Story of LiSA. Just from the title, it looks like she came from very humble beginnings, so I'm excited to see how she managed to get to where she is today. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Over the past 2 decades, the name LiSA has become equivalent to top-tier anime songs and a guarantee for quality animes. But unlike the many artists I have introduced so far, her path to success was not easy. She didn't have the internet at her disposal, nor did she have label deals right from the get-go. In this video, I'm gonna introduce you to the story of LiSA, and how she went from a broke country girl to the queen of anime songs.
That's so good. Every
Born
time.
in Gifu in 1987, LiSA developed a strong affinity towards music as a kid thanks to her mother. When she was in kindergarten, LiSA was sent to a musical school to improve her timidity around people, and that's where she fell in love with singing and dancing. LiSA's passion for performing only grew as time passed, so when she was in 5th grade, she moved to Okinawa to attend the Okinawa Actors School, where she learned to sing
She's been doing this
professionally.
since she was really little.
In 2005, LiSA formed her own band called Chucky during high school. The band's activity continued for 3 years after her graduation, where they would go on to perform at live houses across Gifu, while LiSA was part-timing to save up money. In 2008, LiSA decided to break up the band, as the other members only considered it as an interest, instead of a career. Following the disbandment, LiSA realized that the only way to turn her dream into reality was to move to Tokyo.
Yeah.
However, her mother, who has been nothing but supportive of her so far, was against the idea. Understandably, they got into a massive fight, which ended with LiSA storming off to Tokyo, with the 1 million yen she saved from part-timing.
Bro, she saved 1 million yen? Huh? What the? What the? Holy moly, this woman knew how to budget. Jesus. That feels like such a hefty amount of money that she was able to save up. Like, oh man, I mean, I know that living expenses are crazy and whatnot, but man, that's insane. Wow. Props to LiSA, Jesus.
Right after she moved to Tokyo, she instantly understood the reason why her mother was against her. Although LiSA was able to form a new band called Love Is Same All, even with 1 million yen in her pocket, the expense of living in Tokyo, and the cost of keeping a band afloat with the studios and venues, forced her to always be on the brink of being broke.
Ooh,
So for a few years, she had to live in a room without any furniture. She used cardboard boxes as storage. She cooked rice with a pan because she couldn't afford a rice cooker, and she hand-washed all her clothes because it was the cheapest option.
Girl. Oh man, okay. Wow. You know, I know that there's a lot of people that when they get into music and the arts and everything, they're normally struggling really hard in order to make ends work. You know, I totally get that. But holy moly. She's getting resourceful. She's getting real resourceful here. Dang.
3 months after LiSA moved to Tokyo, she finally made up with her mother, and the first thing her mother did after visiting her place was to buy her a bed, and occasionally send her boxes of vegetables from the countryside. Still, her life during that period was incredibly hard. She had to juggle 3 different part-time jobs a day, while carving out time to practice with the band and perform at live houses. And with Love Is Same All struggling to establish themselves even as an indie band, LiSA started attending all kinds of auditions just to find a gateway into the industry. This relentless lifestyle continued for almost 2 years, until finally, her endeavor materialized in the most unexpected way. At that time, an original anime that features a fictional band was under production, and LiSA was able to book the singing part of one of the lead vocals. The anime is called Angel Beats. After airing, Angel Beats instantly became one of the most popular animes of 2010. And since its feature songs are a vital part of the story, the fictional band Girls Dead Monster also became popular among the fans. So soon after the anime ended, it was announced that Girls Dead Monster would be touring Japan from August to December. While this is the big break LiSA has been working so hard for, it also presented one of the biggest dilemmas of her life. By choosing to participate in the tour, LiSA won't be able to continue her role as the lead vocal of Love Is Same Old. Even though the band never found its footing, it was the members who fought alongside LiSA during those tough times that allowed her to land this breakout gig. But when she brought up this problem, they told her that she should do it, and this is the exact reason why she came to Tokyo in the first place.
See, I feel like a lot of bands and everything, like, they wouldn't be that supportive, and there'd be a lot of bad blood normally between people. So that's honestly incredible that they were so supportive to let her go off and do that and everything. Like, man, I can't imagine that type of thing happening here. People get so jealous over in America and whatnot when it comes to this type of stuff. Holy.
With their encouragement, LiSA was able to focus on Girls Dead Monster without distractions or guilt. The tour was a massive success, and LiSA was getting more attention than she ever had. But somewhere deep in her, she was afraid that this wouldn't last. The popularity she and Girls Dead Monster have was largely due to the success of Angel Beats. But once the tour ends, will she go back to being a nobody? Will anyone care when she makes her solo debut? With all this uneasiness brewing in her mind, on April 20, 2011, LiSA made her official solo debut with a mini-album, Letters to You. Contrary to her doubts, the album was well received among the fans she has established through the Girls Dead Monster tour, so she can finally take a moment to celebrate. Later that year, she released her first single, Oath Sign, for the popular anime Fate Zero.
I remember this one. Yeah, it's the classic.
The song went as high as number 5 on the Oricon Weekly chart, and also set the tone for her journey of becoming the queen of anime songs. After a strong start to her solo career in 2011, LiSA wasted no time in releasing her first full album, Lover's Smile, in the following year, which was able to reach number 5 on the Billboard Japan Top Albums. But what really introduced her to a bigger audience, and not just in Japan, was the release of her second single, Crossing Field, for the anime Sword Art Online.
Yeah, this is the one that really introduced me to LiSA.
Sword Art Online became a phenomenon in 2000.
That song is so good.
And played a huge role in bringing anime to a global audience. With
there's a lot of people that really don't like Sword Art Online, and I'm gonna be honest, at first when I watched it originally, I thought it was pretty mid, but I still had a bit of enjoyment and everything for it. Still think it's somewhat, kind of a mid anime, but the music, you cannot deny that LiSA bringing that opening theme really helped push it over the edge. Like, this is why she is the queen, okay?
Crossing Field standing out as an incredible song in its own right, LiSA quickly became one of the hottest stars in the anime industry. By the way, as of right now, LiSA has provided a whopping 7 songs for the Sword Art Online franchise.
7,
After a successful 2013, which saw LiSA releasing her second full album, Lens Space, she was given the green light to host her first ever concert at Budokan on January 3rd, 2014.
That's the dream.
This was
Everybody
actually the
wants
second
to go
time
to
LiSA
Budokan.
had set foot in this prestigious venue. The first time being when she participated in an audition as a little kid. It was also then that she first learned the significance of stepping on the stage of Budokan, and that she wanted to become a singer. However, reality often has a way of raining on people's parades. As the long-awaited concert finally began, LiSA suddenly felt a sense of discomfort in her throat while performing the very first song, and by the third song, she was already unable to sing at her usual volume. The struggle continued for the rest of the concert, which lasted for 2.5 hours. While the thought of failing herself and all the fans who came to see her had LiSA depressing for weeks after the concert, she also found hope within the fans who stuck around and supported her to the end of the show. So to commemorate this unfortunate event and her appreciation for the fans, LiSA wrote a song called Rising Hope, which ended up becoming one of her most popular songs.
I don't think I've
Rising
actually
Hope
heard that
is the
one
theme song
before.
of another popular anime called The Irregular at Magic High School. Not only did it reach number 4 on the Oricon Weekly chart,
never mind.
which
have
is
heard
at that
this
time
one.
her highest
Okay.
ever, but it also brought LiSA her first TV performance on the music station. With this achievement, LiSA became undeniably the face of anime songs. And as her popularity reaches unprecedented heights for an anime singer, LiSA announced her second trip to Budokan, almost exactly.
She got a second trip to Budokan. What? But okay, I do realize how incredibly talented and popular LiSA is, but like so many people, not even just from Japan and whatnot, but outside of Japan, like America, South America, everywhere. Like one of the biggest stages as an artist you can play on is Budokan. And to be able to do that twice, holy, this woman is incredible. Like, you cannot deny the queen is in the house.
Exactly a year after the disastrous debut concert. But this time, she's hosting the concert for 2 straight days and has more than twice as many of the fans attending. The Revenge Budokan concerts were a massive success. And for the next few years, LiSA continued releasing singles and albums tirelessly while hosting concerts on a bigger and bigger scale. However, during those years, even though she was still releasing anime songs, only Adamas from Sword Art Online Season 3 was able to reach the success she enjoyed with Crossing Field and Rising Hope. A huge reason is that, thanks to LiSA herself, the anime industry is starting to put more emphasis on anime songs, so the overall quality has risen a lot. As a result, a wave of young artists started to make their names through anime songs, like Aime and Yonezu Kenshi. One might start to wonder if it's time for LiSA to pass the baton down to the newcomers. That is until Christmas of 2018, when a meeting was held between LiSA and Ufotable to discuss her availability to provide the theme song for a new anime scheduled to be released in 2019. Little did LiSA know, or maybe she did, that this meeting would change her life, J-pop, and anime forever. Fast forward to April 22nd, 2019.
I already know.
After spending months working on this song, LiSA released her 15th single, Gurenge, for the anime Demon Slayer.
Yeah, boy! This is the one.
Demon Slayer instantly became a worldwide phenomenon.
That song, jeez, okay. That song has seen so many eardrums. Like, I cannot tell you how often, I listen to it on repeat, how many times I know friends that listen to that song on repeat. That, if there was ever a moment where people tried to pinpoint, what really made LiSA's career, you could look back at all the other songs that she's done, but Gurenge, this one right here, this has to be it. Like, there's just no question, given how popular Demon Slayer is. This song is just such a banger.
And brought the popularity of anime to unparalleled heights. The opening, Gurenge, which embodies the spirit of the show so perfectly, also became the biggest anime song hit ever. Every few years, a generational anime will come by and catch the general public's attention, like Attack on Titan, and The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, but never on Demon Slayer's scale and relevancy. A huge reason is because of its theme song. Since the anime exploded in popularity, Gurenge has been one of the most played songs in Japan, subsequently becoming part of non-anime fans' daily lives. Furthermore, on December 7th, LiSA performed Gurenge on the first take, propelling the song to even greater heights, while cementing the channel's role in forever changing J-pop.
I remember watching that.
And
that
to put the
beautiful.
cherry on top, LiSA was invited to perform at Kohaku for the very first time, alongside some of the biggest names in J-pop. After experiencing the most successful year in her career so far, which saw LiSA's popularity transcend beyond the limitations of subculture and country borders, LiSA went straight back into the studio to work on her 5th full album. At the same time, Ufotable once again reached out to LiSA for the theme song of the Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train. The movie has already been announced back in 2019, but the producers waited to 2020 to officially bring LiSA back. She was incredibly excited about this opportunity, because being the manga reader herself, LiSA has on multiple occasions stated that Mugen Train is her favorite arc.
Ooh,
and Rengoku is her favorite
interesting.
character.
I didn't know that she actually
So it is
read
understandable
the
why
manga.
she would write a song dedicated
neat.
solely to Rengoku himself. As the hype around Mugen Train builds higher and higher, on October 14th, LiSA released her 17th single, Homura, alongside her 5th full album, Leo 9. Together, they occupied the #1 spot on both Oricon's single and album charts simultaneously, while topping a total of 7 different categories, a record no one has ever done before. Then, on October 16th, the Demon Slayer movie Mugen Train officially premiered. Words can't describe the societal phenomenon that was the Mugen Train, so here are 2 facts about this movie.
Alright,
First,
let's hear them.
Mugen Train overtook Spirited Away as the highest grossing film in Japanese history. Second, Mugen Train was the highest grossing film worldwide in 2020. The result? Homura took home Song of the Year at the Japan Record Awards, while gifting LiSA a trip back to Kohaku. During her performance of Homura, NHK recorded a mind-blowing 46% viewership, which means almost half of Japan's population was tuning in. As we move on to 2021, after 2 years of hiatus due to COVID, LiSA was finally able to resume touring in Japan again. While she's at it, she also made the theme song for Demon Slayer Season 2, Akeboshi.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Although Akeboshi wasn't a groundbreaking hit like its predecessors, it still brought LiSA back to Kohaku for the 3rd straight year, where she would perform both Akeboshi and Homura. Since then, LiSA continued touring Japan and Asia, and hosted 2 more concerts at Budokan.
2 more concerts at Budokan? What? I was already impressed that she did 2 concerts at Budokan. Another 2? For 4? Holy moly. Yeah, no. Anyone that ever wants to rag on this woman, please take up some of these accomplishments and get back to me. Because, no, you cannot say that this is a woman that hasn't accomplished the world with getting 4 appearances at Budokan. Holy moly.
All while providing songs for popular animes. The name LiSA is equivalent to top-tier anime songs in popular animes, like Demon Slayer and Sword Art Online. But let's not forget that it also represents the hardship she went through early on in her career, and how she went from nobody to the queen of anime songs. This has been Kushun. See you next time.
And that was a really good watch. I feel like I learned a lot about LiSA that I had no idea before, because I'm really only familiar with her music and everything, but I had no idea that she performed at Budokan that many times, and actually have never watched Angel Beats, funny enough, so didn't really remember that she got her start and everything from there. So maybe I'm gonna have to go back at some point and watch Angel Beats and see what she was doing and everything there. Let me know if I should go watch Angel Beats, guys. Let me know, because I keep hearing that it's really good, and maybe I should give that a shot. If you stayed until the end, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, comment, or even subscribing to the channel. Until next time, stay scrappy, friends.